Hello, friends and neighbors of Ward 1. My name is Maureen Wilson. I'm your counselor, and I am here in the beautiful Churchill Park in Westdale. I'm here with my friend Lauren, who is a superintendent of forestry with the City of Hamilton. And Lauren is going to talk to us today about how to get your tree ready for winter.
Okay, well, thank you, Councillor Wilson. Yes, it is kind of a little overcast day here in Churchill, and I'm here to give you some hints how to prepare your tree for winter. Now, most of the tips I will be providing you today is on more younger juvenile trees, newly planted trees that have been planted within the last 3 years. First tip I want to talk about is fertilizing. If you fertilize your tree, you want to make sure you stop fertilizing by the end of July. Now, the reason for this is you want to stop promoting growth and to let that new growth harden off before winter comes. This will avoid any burning of that new growth. The next tip I want to talk to you is very important, is actually watering. When you have a young tree, especially within the first 3 years of growth, you want to water the tree when the leaves drop and keep regularly watering until it freezes. Once it freezes, you can stop. Evergreens especially require this water, because with the drying winds from the winter, and if your trees in your evergreens in a hot spot, it can burn or dry out the leaves. So it's very important to do that. If you have small evergreen and you're in a windy spot, you have an opportunity to put a barrier, which can be created by putting in stakes and using burlap to block that wind. The next item I'd like to talk about prepare your tree for winter is if there's any dead or broken branches. If there are, you just need the proper pruning equipment. And if you got a small tree like the one behind me, you can remove those branches. If you have a larger tree and you're a little uncomfortable about the size, I recommend that it's for your safety reasons that you call a professional arborist. And if you do have broken branches or dead limbs on a city tree in front of your property, please give us a call at the city and we'd be more than happy to come and remove them. The next item I'd like to talk to you about is a plastic guard. Now, the plastic guard looks something like this. It goes on the base of the tree, and the reason why you put this on over winter is because when the snow pack could be large and mice wander under there and could chew on the bottom of your tree and cause damage to it. This also has another use for it, is it avoids mechanical damage from lawnmowers and weed whippers. Next item I'd like to talk to you about is tree wraps. Tree wraps, they're used on smooth surface, smooth bark trees. They prevent sun scald and frost cracks. And what you do with this wrap, which is usually made of waterproof paper, you start from the base of the tree, you wrap all the way up the trunk, covering thing until the first scaffolding limbs, and then you attach both sections with some duct tape. And what this does when you do this is in fall, and you want to remove it in spring. Okay, so here we're standing by a red maple, Acer rubrum, and here you can see this is a clear thing a frost crack would look like. So this is the changing in temperatures, and what happened, it cracks the bark. Here you can see it's healing very well. So this tree will still grow, but this is called, this is not great. So this is what this tree wrap would do at a younger age before this happened. You would take the wrap, start all the way around here, and would move all the way up here. Back when it was young, you would probably just be to here, because here's where the first level of branches were. Now the branches are up here. This is too late for this tree, but when it was younger, you would start all the way up, move all the way up to the first set of branches, tape it at both sections, and leave it on, start it in late fall, take it off in spring. And do that until the tree matures. The next item, and the most important item, is tree mulch. Mulching your tree at the base will help insulate your roots. It'll also help retain the moisture from your watering. It'll also add micronutrients to the soil to help the tree grow, and also avoid any weeds from growing. And again, another important factor is mechanical damage from the lawnmowers and weed whippers. So those are the few items I have to help protect your tree and get your tree through winter. And I hope this has been helpful. Thank you very much.
I'd like to thank Lauren for sharing his insight with us today. I can't say enough about trees. If you don't have a native tree on your property, the city will put one in on your right-of-way. It's a wonderful investment. It enriches your property value. It adds to the beauty of your neighborhood, and it's obviously a source of habitat for the creatures that we share the earth with. In the city of Hamilton, we are trying to add to our urban forest canopy, and I think individual homeowners have an opportunity to help us out. So if you have room for a native tree, please plant a native tree. Don't forget to water those trees up until the point of when it's freezing, particularly your coniferous. And don't forget to mulch. Wrap your tree if it's young to avoid the freeze and thaw. Water it. Put those little plastic things at the bottom to prevent the mice and the weed whackers from damaging the base of your tree, and just enjoy the bounty that it provides us.